asking.
Thank you all for being here this morning. I know you guys are all busy, but your time is very valuable to us, so thank you again for being here. Your first presenter is Rafael Rivera. Rafael did this presentation in a much longer scale for us back in January. It was phenomenal. It was really, really great. We had a lot of fun with it. Just to give you some of his background, his title is the Guest Experience Manager for the USTA National Campus. So if you've been on campus for an event, you've probably bumped into him. If you haven't, I'm sure it was a great experience, and a lot of that is from his direction. He has been doing this for over 25 years in the customer service industry. So if you're looking for an expert, he's right here with us today.
Yeah.
Some of his roles with the campus, quality control, guest surveys. He manages the campus ambassador program, which has over 115 ambassadors from people all over the area here that help out with events there. The red shirts, is that right?
The red shirts, yep. Yeah.
Again, so if you've been on campus and seen the red shirts, those are the ambassadors for USTA National Campus. And something fun about Rafael that I just learned today, he's an amateur photographer. He's a great foodie, so the treats back there in the pink boxes, if you eat one now, you'll fall asleep by noon. And he also points out a lot of the great areas around the town, and he just got over a fear of roller coasters, which, as a roller coaster fanatic myself, it's great to have another one in the family. So with that in mind, I give you Rafael Rivera.
Wow, that's a great introduction. Thank you so much. Thank you. He's being too nice. It took me 2 Long Island iced teas to get on the Incredible Hulk, so it was a little bit. So anyways, thank you so much for having me here. And you know, customer service, I've been in that industry, in that facet for over 25 years. And you know, when I was offered this position and I was sitting in the interview with Tim Cass, he talked a little bit about the role, how I was involved with the ambassador program, how we would partner with the Disney Institute to create what our service culture will be. And I'm just taking it all in, but as soon as he held up a picture of the rendering of the campus, my first reaction was, wow, you're gonna need me. That's what I told him in the interview. And with all jokes aside, my angle is that customer service is very serious here in Central Florida. And you guys lived in Florida for, I would take it, many years. I'm sure you guys have been to the theme parks. You understand that customer service is a driving force for the hospitality industry here in Florida. And I will show you a little bit about my background and how I got started. So guess which individual is me in that picture?
Goofy.
I can be goofy sometimes. I'm actually a little too short to be goofy. But that was my very first job, 18 years old, and yeah, over 25 years ago. And that's where I got the foundation of how important, not just customer service, but what Disney specializes in is the experience, providing wonderful experiences, and I believe their mission is to create happiness. That's my friend Richard that works in HR, and sometimes he co-presents with me as well. Yeah, the wet behind the ears kid is me right there. And this photograph was taken when we actually used film and cameras. And that's my friend Richard over in HR. So I always love sharing this story because, you know, during that time I didn't realize how important it is, but now in hindsight I realize how important customer service was. I'm 18 years old, and probably by the time I was there till I was 21. And when I was 21 years old, all we cared about at that age was spending our paychecks at Pleasure Island when we got our payday. It's like, I don't know if you guys remember Pleasure Island. Mannequins, the rotating dance floor. You got a good chuckle when people drank too much and they fell off the dance floor. So take a look at this picture. What's happening in this photograph here with Tigger? And what's he doing? And what's going on? Anyone? Autographs, and we were so annoyed by those things. You know, it's hot, 95, 98 degrees. You know, we were just there to animate and create a good time, pat kids on the head, take pictures, and all of a sudden you felt like you had to stop in your tracks and start signing these little books that the Emporium at the Main Street made millions of dollars a day. I think at that time they used to pump in $1 million cash a day in that little store. And they would sell pens and books. But look at that kid's face. What's going on there? He's not paying attention to anything else in the room. He is pining for that autograph. And I'm going to share a little confession with you. You know, it's no secret, you know, with Disney and the characters, but believe it or not, we had screens in the nose, and I found this trick from one of my other friends. I managed to have one that was loose, and while I was going around patting kids on the head, I managed to swipe a strawberry or two off of a kid's head or plate, and I would pop it in my nose and save it for later when I got up backstage. And the kid is pining for that autograph. He didn't care. He was like, you can have whatever you want, Tigger. You can have whatever you want. That's okay. And I'm like, sure, okay, I'll take bacon. So it didn't, you know, to that kid, he didn't care that, you know, his parents probably at that time paid $25 for an all-you-can-eat buffet. He didn't care. The parents probably didn't care either. They were just happy that their kid is happy. And I guarantee, if this picture was probably taken 25, 30 years ago, I guarantee that young boy, as an adult now, probably still has that autograph book. He probably still does. And when I shared this story with Alyssa in an event, she goes, I have that autograph book, which I thought was pretty funny. So this is how powerful it is on the guest experience. And part of Disney's model is the guests do come first. It's about making them feel like they are in the happiest place on earth, that all of those moments are created and savored, and people leave away with those wonderful memories. Parents will walk away with a shorter bank account, you know, because it costs a lot of money to go to Disney World, but people will spend money because they want to come back because they know that they're going to have a premium time there. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes. We got quite a few here. Maybe you guys look like you're paired up in threes. I'm going to give you about 2 to 3 minutes and collaborate and discuss what was the best customer service experience you've ever had. It could be anything. It could be at Wawa. It could be at an Olive Garden. It could be at a theme park. It could be at a tournament. I'm going to give you 3 minutes, and I want to know, what did they do and how did they make you feel? Who wants to go first in their group